All right, we'll call this meeting of the Parks and Recreation Committee to order. And first thing is approval of the minutes for March 23rd, 2023. That's a long time ago.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, next up is the staff report.
I'll wait for Haley. Oh, there she is. Okay.
We're in, by the way.
All right. So I did print the stuff out for you guys there. So if you want to turn there to the staff report. So like Danny said, it's been a while since we met. I did send kind of a staff report out in May when we did that and sent out the budget for what we were looking at when we did the staff retreat with the Board of Aldermen and the mayor. They're on Monday, they're doing a 9-month update, and then they're going to go over fiscal year 24 operational budget. So in there is nothing really changed on our side. We'll get into Emerald Ridge here in a little bit, but nothing too major. So kind of some new things. Our park maintenance staff has been working hard to complete the Smiths Fork Shelter House improvements this month. As of today, they've completed the East Shelter, and they're gonna they have all the material to start on the West Shelter, and they'll be done shortly. So that was a rise from the pillars on those were kind of rotting out underneath, becoming shaky underneath. So just for insurance and liability purposes, we wanted to change that, but also just get rid of all the red paint that was chipping off and just make it more aesthetically better. So looks good down there. On August 1st, we opened up reservations to the public for the haunted campground. Reservations in 2022, reservations sold out in 8 minutes. This year they were completely sold out in 7 minutes. So basically there was no room to get any spots within 5 minutes. It was pretty crazy to watch them all come through. 4 sites were set aside for an auction to help provide another option for our visitors. We wanted to create another opportunity for campers while raising funds for great causes. Those 2 organizations we chose was Larson's Cause and the Smithville Legacy Fund. Larson's Cause, Angie V. Brock and Amanda Monk, they both are committee members on that, and she's the chair for Larson's Cause. So we've been doing, the vendor cost was like $10 a vendor, and we were giving 100% of those proceeds to Larson's Cause anyway. So this is just another way for them to fundraise as well. So those auctions have ended already. We did 2 rounds. I did the first round was 2 sites. Both sites went for 140, so it was $280 total. And round 2 is the exact same. So $280 will go to Larson's Cause and another $280 to Smithville Legacy Fund. So we've been working, we've met a few times over the summer so far. We're going to do a few changes this year. So all vendors will be moved to the practice football field area, and then we'll be lining food trucks along the road outside the campground to give more space inside the campground and then provide more opportunities for food, as well as we're able to add more vendors. Doing all that, we're gonna have to upgrade lighting just for the safety of the event. Parking's still gonna be crazy. We may not do the buses this year just because of just spacing and how many people are gonna be on the road. So we're gonna look at renting or using our own UTVs to transfer people down here who are handicapped or need the extra space. So pickleball on July 24th, our department and the Smithville United Methodist Church partnered to offer indoor pickleball open play. The program was originally scheduled for Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to noon. But our staff has altered that schedule to only Fridays from 10 to noon. That was just due to attendance and staff. And we had a volunteer who was going to be kind of running that for us, her and some friends. She had some family issues right before it started and left it to us, and we just couldn't keep up. And we don't really want to pay somebody to sit up there for that. So this works out that we can send a staff member up there for just 2 hours and get it ready to go. So Diamond Crest Park updates. The official parking lot construction quote has been provided to Blue Sky Management on July 20th, 2003. After the quote was received, the city was able to start the appraisal of the value of the land Blue Sky Management is looking to donate in lieu of some tax credits. As of 8/14, the appraisal was completed. And now the city development department is reviewing the document to determine the details of the tax credits. We did meet since I've sent this out with developments. Basically, since they have the appraisal and the quote of the parking lot, they just need to take it and approve that if that's what they want to do, and start the construction of the parking lot. Once that's completed, they'll gift the city the deed of land, and then the city will bring that to the board for approval by ordinance, and then they can use that for a tax write-off when that comes in next year. So as of today, I followed up, didn't get a response. So I'm continue to push that issue. So don't have a date
So we have an estimate
for,
anything
no,
with nothing.
No.
With nothing.
it's in his hands to approve to get it started. So the appraisal was done on 8/14, showed the value of the land that would be donated. He's got the quote, so he just needs to take that to ownership for approval to get it moving.
So we've been waiting on that specific thing for 2 years.
Yes,
What are the legalities of that? Like, do they have to do this? Are they doing this out of a generous heart? Like, what does this look like?
yeah, they're doing it out of generous heart.
All right, what part of it actually belongs to the city? The playground and the splash pad, those belong to the city?
Inside the fence, yeah.
We take care of them, we maintain them. The parking lot is the same, or that's extra?
The parking lot is theirs.
Okay,
But
The
new
current
one
parking
would
lot
be-
is, the new one would be ours.
that's what we're talking about, the deed of sale, they would be. Okay.
Well, they're wanting to donate land. Currently, we have a parcel of land through there. It's enough for a parking lot. The parking lot's gonna look similar like it does to the playground at Heritage. That's within our parcel that we have. They said they were gonna donate a parking lot, so we didn't use theirs. But in doing that, they don't want to take care of all the land around that area either. So they're donating that land, but want a tax credit for that. So.
And then what about the shelter in the bathrooms? Is that something that, like, is a requirement? Is that also something, is that happening still or no?
Talking with Cynthia today, because it's coming up and a board member is wanting to push for quicker shelter and restroom up there than waiting. I told her that it'd probably be best to just get this parking lot done and do the shelter and restroom on her own. So on Mondays, a board member is going to make a motion to add that to the 24 budget to put it in there. So I have it here. The plans are done. The quote's here.
Right.
So it was just waiting on,
Now that we
another-
have some consistency in our shelters between
yeah.
what the guys just did and what we have at Healthy, we can do something similar.
That would be my recommendation, would be just get the parking lot done, get this partnership done and just do everything else on our own than waiting.
Right. Okay.
So, but yeah, that's what we're at.
Does anybody else, before we move on, have any questions on any of that?
Where's the parking lot? And I know the parking lot now, like the pool, where's ours on the back end of it?
Yeah.
To the south of it.
Yeah, just to the south. Yeah, it's not, I mean, yeah, it's gonna look pretty similar. So same construction team is going to do it. So just been waiting. It's,
And they built the sidewalk already too, from the splash park to where it's gonna be, but
So I think just being up there on the,
Yeah.
watching it, we've been up there and we've watched the water run off.
yeah, and yeah, the concrete needs to be widened there as well.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that splash pad was donated by the developers too. That's how this all got started.
But that part has been, I mean, it's.
Yeah,
obviously
that part's
completed
been
and built,
done,
but, like,
yeah.
It's been donated, it's under
Yeah.
our conservatorship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we want to do any improvements, it'd be on us. But yeah, we had talked about with our maintenance team of somehow we're gonna have to like add concrete around the area and kind of slope it back in
Yeah.
to the thing, because it slopes out and all the landscape, yeah, just gets washed out.
Yeah. Okay.
We have changed, since then, we have changed how the development and donations work. Right now, it's just money comes to us and we would do the planning and
That was gonna be my next.
Yes.
question, is
Yeah,
what
we
so
had-
that's not
like
gonna
the
happen
very-
much
this
anymore.
hasn't been a
Yeah.
great
yeah,
experience.
we had, so Clay Creek came in before Matt or I were
Yeah, it
around.
was 2015 16, I think, when they
Yeah.
came in.
16, 17. Same thing with Wildflower Park, which was donated, the park up the street, Heritage Park, those are all given to the city. The only one that we actually lease is Smith's Fork, and that's
Mhm.
by contract with the government. Helvey's our reservoir, but
Mhm,
none of the, in Emerald Ridge, I think was given as part of the duplexes as well, so.
mhm.
No more accepting land.
No more accepting projects, yeah.
I feel like just especially the way that our town is growing so quickly, if we're gonna be able to keep up our parks department with the growth of the city, like
Yeah.
we need to have cash flow coming in for that so that we can.
Yeah.
do what we need to do.
Actually, in the past 5 years, we've done less houses than we did in 16 alone.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So the fund that we use for the playground we're servicing is, that's how that stuff's getting done now. Is they just put that money inside that GL code and it stays there.
Yeah, we actually updated the code also, so on multifamily, we used to not get parks funds on multifamily either. So they have to pay a park service fee, and that money is supposed to go to the nearest park. So like Matt
Mhm.
got the development agreements coming in for Fairview Crossing and Fairview Crossing North. So that money would have to go towards Emerald Ridge as the closest park. Eagle, that's up by the school, the closest neighborhood park was Heritage. So that's where Matt got some of the money for the resurfacing.
Yeah.
So,
And the development's coming back here off F2.
right,
What's that? Is that second?
Diamond Creek.
Diamond Creek, yeah. That's some of that funds went to Heritage, yeah, so yeah, I'm with you on it. I'm so far.
Yeah,
I
we
just,
we
I know
updated.
that, like, for my part of it, I'm out there all the time with my kid, and I know that, like, I have specifically said, hi, I'm Danny, I'm on the Parks Board, don't worry, the city didn't do this, we're gonna get this, 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 and this, and it's not happened, and I'm like, don't be mad at the
I'm
city.
ready to do Emerald Ridge so we can show people that we're able to complete a
Right, like,
project.
have an actual.
Well,
done project.
Heritage was good too.
Heritage
right,
was good, yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
But like being able to complete something would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, all
I'm with you.
right, you can go for it.
All
Unless
right.
anybody else has anything, but you can go for it.
Main Street Trail water fountains. So over the past 2 years, our park maintenance staff has been dealing with reported concerns with water fountains along Main Street Trail not turning off. Our department has been working with Lexington Plumbing to help solve this issue. Earlier this summer, it was told to us that 6 valves between the 2 fountains broke, costing a total of $9,000 for the parts, and it's be more plus labor. Over the past couple months, I've been looking into alternative options to plan to purchase new water fountains that will be more reliable and recommended by Lexington. So yeah, so the water fountains, so just in one water fountain, there's 3 valves, it's the buttons, and they shoot air down to the ground because they're frost free, and it pulls the water up. And then when you're done, the water's supposed to go down, the valve's supposed to close. Well, that's not happening. And water's just staying on. And so all 3 are out. We talked to the manufacturer, and they did confirm that it'd be $9,000 just for the parts. And Lexington would probably charge another $5,000 to fix it
On our own product?
on the water fountains. Yeah.
Jeez.
I got a new quote that we could get 2 new water fountains for $9,000 total.
How
So
many are we replacing?
It'd be both. Yeah. Yeah. So talked with finance on that. It's like crushing me to spend that much on water
Wow.
fountains, but
Well, how much did we spend on them to begin with?
well, it was through the grant when we got the trail, but I believe they were like $16,000 each. Yeah. So it only lasted 2 years is a little unfortunate.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah. So yeah, working on that. That'll probably be in the September 5th board meeting to approve that purchase. And some more positive news, the playground resurfacing, they fooled us. They said they were going to start this week or last week. They ended up not doing that. And they're going to be starting on their original date of August 28th. So they're going to start at Smith's Fork first, and then immediately after go to Heritage Park. The plan is to be wrapped up by September 15th. So next on Monday, they're going to start all the materials there at Heritage Park, and here soon they'll be done. So weather permitting.
Out in the parking lot.
Mhm.
I saw some stuff.
Yep.
They didn't want to put it down in 100-degree weather.
I mean, the week they did start would have been nice. They started the week before, and then they were like, next week I was like, whatever. So they fooled us, but The OK Railroad, previously Diamond Crest Trail grant update. Last week, staff were notified that we made it to the second round of interviews for the RTP grant with DNR. On Friday, August 18th, staff met with DNR, answered questions to help be the one of the 3 to 5 projects they fund in fiscal year 24. If this gets funded, we will find out in October of this year. So our conversation with them sounded real positive, which is super exciting. So
And
be
what's the
another,
extent that that grant will do for us? Like, how far will that go?
so it's gonna go.
Is it to Lake Meadows? Or is it?
Yeah, it's gonna go to Lake Meadows,
Lake
and it's gonna go from Lake Meadows all the way around to connect to Diamond Crest Lane. So.
Okay.
So people from the neighborhood can walk over and it'd be all the way down to Lake Meadows. Yeah,
And
all
do we
kind,
have parking lot in there too, in the proposal, or we're putting,
well, yeah, hopefully have a parking lot, yeah. It'd be at Diamond Crest, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be the trailhead and there should be a pathway. That's why there's an open gate on the other side, pathway to walk through. So. Yeah. So all positive stuff there. And I'll pass it over to Alex, to just kind of briefly go through her rec.
Yeah, stop me if you have any questions, because it's hard to put the whole summer into a report. But we'll start with sports. Fall sports have started. Soccer started a couple weeks ago, practice. T-ball starts practicing on the 8th. Little Kickers soccer clinic is full and they start on the 8th as well. And volleyball started this week.
Yeah, Monday.
What is
Yeah.
today? Yeah. They started Monday. And then you can see all the sports registration numbers updated, facility numbers updated. Just some new programs I wanted you to be aware of. We added pickleball lessons this week. We have adult and youth small group lessons available. They just opened yesterday and I think we have 3 already enrolled. That's a 4-week session in September, 1-hour lesson, and we found an instructor for those. And then Aspen and I met with Clay County last week to have a Halloween event at the dog park. So it's just basically vendors bringing treats for trick-or-treating for dogs, and we'll have some activities there and it's free. But that's on October 28th. And then July was Parks and Rec month, and we had programs 6 days a week, or some sort of activity. And most of them were sold out. So art in the park was sold out, science in the park. Basically, if it wasn't blazing hot, there was a ton of people there.
Every day you didn't do popsicles in the park.
Popsicles in the park.
If you'll send me whatever graphic that you have for the Halloween, I can get that posted on the
Okay.
like dog park page.
Yeah.
I still have admin on that. It doesn't do much, but there's a lot
Yeah,
of people
no, that
following it,
works.
so I can push out a post for sure.
the spring clinic, we capped it at 50. That's why it's at 50 now, right?
Yeah,
Almost
when the one that time it was at 71,
That's when we messed.
there was no cap
Yeah.
and we just figured it out how to make
So-
it work.
So
Yeah,
it'll be
we-
50 or less going
Yeah.
forward, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just don't want people to think. we
It's
have-
usually 40 or less.
I
So
just-
a-
Which
ask-
one was it?
Yeah, I just
the
want to make
Little
sure we
Kickers
didn't.
Clinic.
Little
keep-
Kickers,
keep-
yeah, we did limit it.
Yeah, I didn't want to make sure people didn't think that we had a drop off. We have a
Yeah.
cap that we missed.
Yeah.
How
One
many
year.
are on the waiting list?
Just a couple, I think. Aspen took about everyone, all the late people.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yep, it's full, but we found one consistent instructor to teach every week, so. That was more ideal than just us subbing every week, so. I think that's all I have.
Any questions on the report then? Okay. Danny, that's the staff report.
Do you want to do anything for marketing? It's at the bottom. Would you want us?
Oh, marketing.
Community and other announcements. I know you don't have to like read it.
Yeah, I didn't want to read it to
Is there
everyone.
anything else from there that you wanted to mention? I just didn't want to skip over anything.
Just me and Aspen have signed up for some marketing workshops this winter for marketing. I'll have every 3-4 months, we put out rack cards, and I have those scheduled to go out beginning of September, just for our events from September to December. So I'm finalizing those this week and then we'll get those out. We drop them off everywhere around town. Yep, I think that's about it.
Has anything with the senior center, like, how's that going? Anything like
Fitness-
individual
Fine.
classes there?
Yeah,
Is there-
fitness
Yeah.
classes. So I talked with Michelle a little bit ago, and she wants to do a second session at 9 o'clock because there's so many, it's getting too packed in
Yeah,
there
she was asking about either using.
on
the
Monday and
Methodist-
Fridays.
Using
Yeah,
the Methodist church or dividing it up, because she had, when I went in there to take a picture for her, I think she had 33.
yeah,
Whoa, I love that. That's
Yeah.
great.
Like they were standing room only
That's
because
awesome.
they ran out of chairs.
yeah.
Very cool.
So still working through that. We're still in the same grant year right now, so we're pretty close on funding there, but we're working on trying to get more funding for next year. So that grants was submitted in July. So, yeah, yeah. So ask for a little bit more to hopefully offer more classes. But in July, we did to celebrate Parks and Rec Month, I did a fitness bingo with them. And we got them like water bottles, gift cards to Michelle's shop. And a few others, and they love that. So it was cool,
I
cool,
love
cool
And
idea.
Matt cheated to win the staff one.
I did. I won the staff
You
one.
cheated or you won?
I was the only one.
Oh.
Michelle did
That's
humble
great.
me though. It was pretty intense.
Good store.
All
was
right,
right.
anything else on the staff report? Does anyone have any questions? Is there anything else you guys want to add? No? All right, we will go ahead and move on then. The boards of commissions banquet.
Yeah, so I'm currently the chair of the Kansas City Metro Parks and Recreation Director Association.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. KCMPRDA, yeah. So this association is to provide a forum for the exchange of ideas, experiences, and information that is relevant to the parks and recreation industry and the KC metro area. Meetings are comprised of Parks and Rec directors, assistant directors, and other support staff. Every other year, the association puts on a banquet to honor and showcase all the great work our boards and commissions do throughout the year. The last banquet was in 2019, and we're excited to get this back up and going again. So on November 17th, 2023 at 6:00 PM, we'll be hosting the banquet at UMB Field Club at Children's Mercy Park. I talked with Cynthia already. The city of Smithville will be purchasing a table or two. And want to extend the invitation to this board here because it's for park boards and commissions. So
Love it.
I'll send out an invitation, an invite on the calendar or an email. And you just let me know if you want to RSVP to that. So. And I'll check with Cynthia, but I'm sure we'll cover it. So on cost.
Any questions? All right, so the next up is item 5, relocation of Humphrey and Nancy Smith Park. Is it moving?
You want this?
Can we
one?
take this one?
Yeah, you got it.
So Matt called me one day and said, "Do you know where the White Post is at?" I'm like, yes, Matt. So the Historic Society, you got to call it because we didn't weed eat the White Post. The Historic Society has done some additional research, and there's a white post that you see down along Little Platte River if you go to the bridge. He has it marked with an X on here.
Yep.
We are weeding it now, right? So grass isn't too tall around it or something, hopefully.
Fine.
So we had named the former park that we call Swamp Park or whatever to Humphrey and Nancy Smith Park to give them a park named after them. But after finding out the location of the mill supposedly was where the White Stake is at, and since we're doing the Riverwalk, it makes more sense to make that park area Humphrey and Nancy Smith Park. So
Which side of the river is that?
it's on the side
South side.
close to, yeah,
Yeah.
straight across from La Fuente, pretty much. It's on this side, our side.
That's the
yeah.
river walk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's where the Riverwalk will go right by it. So that park frontage will be right there where the post is at. So you can go 3D print a little mill for us or something, make some
Yeah,
pictures of the
so,
mill.
Actually, I saw a thing the other day that I thought was pretty neat, and maybe the Historic Society wants to take it on. But it was like, it was a laser printed plexiglass, and it was like where you're standing, this is
Yeah.
the photo, and like that's what it would
That's
look like
cool.
there. From
Yeah.
where you're standing on the trail, it would be a neat little.
That'd be cool.
Like historic marker,
Mhm.
but yeah.
We have a couple laser
something like
folks
that.
in town. We could
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe talk one of them into doing it.
And kind of, I mean, that area where it's at now, that park is, I mean, there's really no plan for that area. It's.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to do a roundabout in that area to hopefully fix the drainage, so it won't be cattails everywhere, but until they do that, I don't see, yeah.
I think just if we're gonna do the Riverwalk and if we're gonna continue to look at grants and historical type tie-ins, this makes sense to move it there.
Yeah, and like I said, hopefully it'll help for grant funding in the future.
'Cause
That's
when
what
we-
we
that's
kind of
why-
did with Diamond Crest Trail, renamed it to OK Railroad Trail. Yeah,
Yeah, we went from a submission to like that thick to this thick
yeah,
for the OK Railroad.
gave us more points, which hopefully helps. Find
The
out
Riverwalk gets included in that as like.
No,
No.
we're just when we do
for
additional.
future grants. Yeah,
If we do additional amenity grants.
Yeah. yeah. On the Riverwalk, there's not really much of an update on that, but we have started conversations with engineers to start that.
Yeah, I was at the Mark Board meeting on Tuesday. And it seems like some of the cities that had applied for that funding aren't as far along as we are. So we might move up in the year that it gets done.
So we were looking at 5, right?
2026.
26, August of 26, the bid going out.
Yeah, engineering would start, or we would start the talks with engineering in 24. That's where we have the funding for. And then,
But the
Good
grant
for
for the funding
25.
might get moved. Mhm.
Yeah.
That or the sidewalks or the Chuck, like Chuck's working with scheduling to see where we get revenues coming in, because a lot of cities applied. But don't necessarily have engineering or planning or the same board or the reserves. We've saved money every year for the last since park sales tax went into effect,
2020, yeah.
and we have reserves that we could look at to pay back and all kinds of things. So
Yeah, so that trail, we're looking at just doing it's 0.4 miles of trail, and then any extra funds, we're gonna work on lighting and electricity. So getting conduit set or whatever that may be for the future.
So what you guys are looking for tonight is an actual vote to be done by the board.
Yep,
to Move that. We need a roll call vote for that.
there's a motion, a second,
So
and
we
a
need a motion and a second, and then.
voice vote.
yeah, we could do voice votes, fine.
what is it, like, second?
I'll make a motion to rename it. Move it, relocate it,
Rename it and-
relocate it.
All right, all in favor, we'll roll call, we'll go from.
You just say aye. You don't have to do.
You can do
We can
voice
do voice
vote,
vote.
Danny.
We don't have to do roll call.
Oh, that's why I asked, do we
Yeah.
need a roll call?
Yeah, no, just.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Any discussion on that? Questions, concerns?
Nope.
All right, we're good to go. Emerald Ridge Park.
Yeah, so back in July, we found out we did not receive the LWCF grants. This grant was submitted at the end of the year of 22 to help match city funds for the construction of Emerald Park amenities. Over the past couple of months, staff has been working with the finance department to rework the Parks and Stormwater sales tax project to increase the budget for Emerald Ridge Park. As of right now, we have $450,000 budgeted for fiscal year 24 for Emerald Ridge Park. So that, if you remember back in May when we were doing that, there was some shelters that were supposed to be scheduled in the Parks and Stormwater sales tax for Heritage Park. We moved that 150 over to Emerald Ridge for fiscal year 24, and then took a few savings out as well for that. So the budget is set to be approved next month. Staff would like to introduce a couple of options for this committee. So option one is to put out a RFP, request for proposal. This was the process we did for Heritage Park Playground. I think Danny and the mayor were the only one that kind of a part of that. But basically what that looks like is you guys provide everything you would want to see in that park, playground amenities, outside amenities. We put that in an RFP. Companies would present proposals to us. We'd take those proposals out to public comments with the community. We'd come back here and make a final decision and award that company with that project. Option two would be through a cooperative agreement, no RFP. This is what we did for Diamond Crest Park. And it's kind of what we've been doing is just talk directly to the companies ourselves, tell them what we want, continue to make changes, how we want to do it, and then take it out for public comment, bring it back here, make a final decision, and then present it to the board.
So just speaking from the other RFPs we've been doing lately and speaking to the folks I know that are in engineering and things like that. If we put it out to bid, we might not get a lot of bid submissions.
Mhm.
I think we're part of the purchasing agreement, we need to use it.
Yeah.
That way they don't have to spend 100 hours putting together a proposal that might not get accepted. And we might only get one that's not very good. So
Yeah.
we have the cooperative agreement. It worked well with Diamond Crest.
Goes a lot quicker.
And we'll still include the public. We'll still get the input from
Mhm.
everybody and
What will that process look like since we're only meeting like?
Well, we're meeting every month right now, so we'll meet in September, October. Yeah. So,
and
and if we need to meet in November, we can, so,
and we should do a meeting in the park with the
yeah,
neighbors and stuff
Yeah.
like that, like we've done before.
yeah.
There are some things on the board, let them
Yeah.
move it around. or
So the goal for kind of the timeline that would look like for me would be to take this and go immediately right back to Landworks and get with them, tell them we're back on, and then get with Athco, Compand and AB Creative, who were the three that submitted originally back in March, I believe, and just say, hey, we're back in. You know, you guys know the changes we talked about back then, make some changes, give us a final, or give us some proposals and bring it in September. And then they could start presenting that to you guys.
I like that. I feel like that's gonna move a lot quicker. Also, like we've already worked with them previously through this discussion, because
Mhm.
we've already looked at their proposals and been like.
Yeah.
Red line.
Yeah.
Add this, do whatever, so we've
Yeah.
already put it. So,
Yeah.
Um.
But it can get more serious where they can actually bring in like boards and show you guys what it would look like rather than just seeing it on the screen. So,
I just want to reiterate that when we talked about this last time, one of the things we really stressed was we wanted this to be accessible,
mhm,
a really
Yes.
accessible playground. So just whenever they do come, I would love to see some great
Yeah.
accessibility. We've been
Yeah.
to, we went and visited I think it's the Liberty City Park. And they've got some really cool, like flat level to the ground, like amenities for kids in wheelchairs and like sensory things, and I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
So I'd like to.
I'd agree with you.
This park.
You did Lathrop too, right? You went up to Lathrop's.
yeah, I looked at that. I'd recommend before you guys, when we come back in September, to go check out a few parks and outside of Smithville and really see what some parks have to offer.
Lathrop did an
Yeah.
amazing park.
I haven't
Yeah.
been to the one that plays at Liberty, if anyone gets a chance, the
Mhm.
city park there is good.
Gladstone,
There's also the one
yeah.
that's down by Costco, I think it's the YMCA.
Mhm. Yeah.
They've got one, like you can actually roll a wheelchair like all the way up into the play structure. and
Yeah.
They've got like a boat thing that rocks.
Yeah.
From just like sitting. So-
Yeah, and I think even going back to them, to the people we've already been talking to, because our budget when they were doing that was only 300, so things could change dramatically, and with 450, it ups our budget a little bit.
Yeah.
And what we can have.
Any questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
You need anything from us for that tonight?
No, I think that I just want to figure out what process you want, because if I had to put an RFP together, it'd be a different process, so.
So next
Yeah.
time, next fall, we'll have a
Yeah.
park.
Yeah, and that's the goal is to be on the same timeline we were with Diamond Crest. Was we prove everything, we make the purchase to the Board of Aldermen by December. They start build March, ready to go by April, May. Just in time for school to be out,
We're still confident parking in that area is gonna be okay.
be street parking.
I like that face.
Yeah.
That face you just did.
Yeah,
It's for the neighboring,
yeah,
it's for the neighbors.
it's such yeah,
That one over there is driving now, so I'm kind of scared he'll drive too, instead of walking, but
So we're gonna go with the people that we worked with before. Everybody okay with that?
yeah. We may add one new one in. Next generation are the ones that are doing the playground resurfacing, and they've put in interest as well. So we could have 4.
also.
Alrighty. New business. Anybody?
We need some volunteers to start helping ramp up Legacy Fund dinner stuff. So get that on your radar, February 29th.
All right.
Matt is working on a after hours type of thing. February 29th. Nobody else booked it. Leap day. White Iron Ridge, same night, Thursday.
Yeah, just, and I talked a little bit about the restroom thing. If, if the board on Monday wants to add money into the fund for the restroom, that stuff. I don't know how that'll affect future projects. I'll have to get with Steven on that, but it'll come out of the parks and stormwater sales tax, so.
Because we can only spend it on that.
I get like it might mess with future projects. It's just really hard to be
Yeah.
like, hey, public, we're gonna have bathrooms and shade.
Yeah.
Except that we're not.
Yeah. Are you guys okay with adding putting funds in there for the restroom? Nothing official, but
Can you give us kind of an estimate on how that affects future stuff?
I'll get that. Yeah, I'll do that.
I think that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Cause that would make, I mean, it's gonna make a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, it could
Not a
be,
cheap endeavor,
no,
which is why we've all been so excited about it, but.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, does anybody else have anything before we're done? Anyone else?
I forgot, also forgot to do Leah. She's the new board chairperson, so,
Board of Alderman Representative.
yeah, Board of Alderman Representative. Dan Hartman,
Hartman was still here.
we haven't met since,
We had an election since then.
right? It's been a while since we met.
So we,
She was supposed to be here in May, I think, and we canceled the May one.
and some of you are newer to the board, so typically nobody serves more than a year from the board to our committees. And we only have 3 boards and 6 aldermen, so we rotate them through the different boards.
Yeah.
If they
You
have
guys just want
interest
to
in 'em.
introduce yourself? So she knows. Start with, yeah,
Hi, I'm Jeremiah. I'm the high school representative.
I've been on this.
And you've coached and things, right?
Yeah, I coach. I've done like my third, fourth year coaching soccer. here. I live in Lakes. For like, 5 years.
But you've lived there like 20 years, right?
24 years. Danny, we know each other. Been on Parks Board. How long have we been doing that?
We started
2018,
the Parks Board
2019.
Since
5.5
when
years
I
ago,
started.
when
That's how long I've been here.
JB's dad said we need a parks board.
She was chair and then she was vice chair back to chair after just one. Yeah,
Yeah, it's been fun.
I'm Haley Keller Strauss. I live up in Wildflower Park. We lived in Smithville for 7 years now, and I work for Liberty Parks and Rec. So Matt's younger than me and went to school up at Northwest after me. I think
Yeah,
he took one of
I took your spot.
Took a spot as
Yeah.
a graduate assistant up there with Parks and Rec. So
Yeah.
yeah, I work with Liberty Parks and Rec, and so when he asked me about this, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be a sane person on a board because I know sometimes those people are really needed. Oh, but this is a pretty good mild one.
Yeah.
so.
And she's already called dibs on running the silent auction again next year, so.
Oh, I don't know how good I did. Who was Star? What was her name?
Starla. Yeah.
Yeah, she was in charge.
Yeah.
So I was just following her
Yeah.
lead. That was a nice
The
event.
biggest passion has been seniors over in Liberty, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Meals on Wheels program and yep.
We do have an opening spot on the board right now, so if you know anybody that would be interested, just let me know. Todd Fleshman, he had timed out, yeah,
Okay.
and he didn't want to renew, yeah.
Yeah, our regular boards renew in October, except this one since we started it in April or in May. The terms are in May, so.
Yeah.
Typically let
What's
people roll off for a
on the
1 year.
board? Is this
This
it
is it.
that's here? and
Yeah,
one opening?
everyone's, yeah,
One
one
opening.
opening, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could get a senior representative or somebody.
So when will we be opening applications?
It's open.
It's open.
Yeah, it's always open. People can apply anytime and we have openings, we interview them.
Yeah.
So typically the interview is Matt and you and the alderman rep.
Does Michelle know of anyone? She asked her.
I haven't asked her. I have to go see the seniors tomorrow, so I can talk to them,
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to have one of the seats.
yeah. And have a community center and meeting on Monday.
Yes, if anybody's interested, the senior meeting,
Oh,
no, it's
advisory.
next. It's
Yeah.
next.
There.
No, they're not doing it in August. It's in September, I think. I think they're skipping August.
Are they?
Yeah.
To the 20th.
Yeah, so they're skipping August to do September. It's the 4th Monday in September. So Alderman Wilson and Alderman Russell have been leading those. I gave them a kind of a framework. So that'd be the 25th at 10 a.m. at the Housing Authority. So one of those topics is seniors and the other topic is community center.
Anybody else have anything?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Turn my mic off for like all of the
40 minutes.
meetings. Thanks, Alex. Good work.
Would you like to have?
Little girl. Little girl.